The Mountain is You, Transforming Self-Sabotage into Self-Mastery by Brianna Wiest. Have you ever felt that you're standing in your own way? That no matter how much you want to move forward, something deep within you holds you back? That's the question Brianna Wiest explores in her powerful book The Mountain is You, Transforming Self-Sabotage into Self-Mastery. In this book, the mountain is not a thing outside of us, not society, not bad luck, not circumstance. The mountain is us. It is everything we have to climb within ourselves. Our fears, our habits, our pain, our patterns. And every time we try to move forward in life, that mountain rises again, not to block us, but to teach us. Brianna begins by helping us understand self-sabotage in a new way. We think it's laziness or lack of willpower, but she says, self-sabotage is really an act of protection. It's the mind's way of keeping us safe from change, uncertainty, or pain. It happens when one part of us wants to grow, while another part is terrified of losing what's familiar. So, we stay stuck, even when we say we want freedom. The first step to transformation, she says, is to see the mountain clearly, to stop blaming the world, and start understanding our own resistance. Where do I procrastinate? Where do I avoid taking chances, even when I know they could make me happier? What part of me is afraid of my own potential? These questions open the door to awareness, and awareness is the beginning of mastery. The next part of the book explores why we sabotage ourselves. Brianna writes that all self-sabotage comes from an unmet need. Maybe we crave love but fear rejection. Maybe we seek stability but are addicted to chaos. Maybe we want success, but we secretly believe we don't deserve it. So our subconscious mind creates patterns that protect us, even from our own growth. It's not about fixing yourself, she says. It's about understanding yourself. To ask, what am I protecting myself from? What pain am I trying to avoid? Because when we stop seeing ourselves as broken, we stop fighting who we are, and start guiding ourselves gently toward who we can become. Brianna then takes us through the patterns of self-sabotage: perfectionism, procrastination, overthinking, overpleasing, constant change. Each one is a mask for fear. The perfectionist fears failure. The procrastinator fears success. The overthinker fears surrender. And the one who keeps changing directions fears commitment. Because commitment means facing oneself fully. But when you finally choose to face the mountain, things begin to shift. Climbing the mountain means letting go of the old version of yourself, the one built on survival. It means allowing discomfort. Because growth doesn't come from safety, it comes from courage. She reminds us, you are not becoming someone new. You are returning to who you were always meant to be. Change is not losing yourself, it's meeting yourself for the first time. Then comes one of the most powerful sections of the book: healing through emotional intelligence. Brianna explains that unprocessed emotions become the rocks of our mountain. When we avoid pain, it stays buried, shaping our beliefs and choices. But when we allow ourselves to feel it, to sit with it, to honor it, we begin to dissolve the weight we carry. She says emotional intelligence is not about controlling how you feel, but understanding what your feelings are trying to tell you. Anger might be showing you where your boundaries were crossed. Sadness might be asking for rest. Fear might be calling for preparation. Every emotion, when met with compassion, becomes a teacher, not an enemy. Another deeply insightful idea in the book is the difference between intuition and fear. Brianna explains that intuition is calm, clear, and quiet. It guides you gently. Fear, on the other hand, is loud, repetitive, and anxious. Learning to tell the difference is how you climb wisely, one grounded step at a time. She encourages us to practice listening to our intuition, to ask, Does this decision expand me or contract me? Intuition feels like expansion, even when it's uncertain. Fear feels like contraction, even when it promises safety. As we keep climbing, she reminds us that the mountain will not disappear, but we will change our relationship with it. The mountain becomes the path itself. It becomes the process through which you meet your truest self. And that's the essence of self-mastery, not control, but integration. Self-mastery is when you live from your higher self, the part of you that acts from wisdom, not reaction. It's when you make choices that serve your future self, even if your present self resists them. It's when you replace old emotional habits with conscious awareness. And in that awareness, you realize something profound. You were never fighting against yourself. You were simply growing into your next form. Wiest writes, "The mountain isn't there so you can prove how strong you are. It's there so you can learn that you already are." It's such a beautiful reminder that the mountain is not punishment, it's preparation. It's the training ground where your fears dissolve, your purpose sharpens, and your spirit learns how to rise. In her closing thoughts, Brianna invites readers to imagine the mountain behind them, smaller, distant, softened by time. Because one day, you will look back and realize it was never about reaching the top. It was about becoming the person who could climb it. So, as you end this reflection, take a moment to ask yourself, what mountain am I climbing right now? Where am I resisting what I actually need to face? And can I trust that the very challenge in front of me is my soul's invitation to grow? Because the truth is, the mountain is you, and within you is every step, every summit, every sunrise waiting to be seen. Closing thought. The journey to self-mastery isn't about conquering the world. It's about learning to rise above the parts of yourself that once held you down. Would you like me to create a short intro and outro paragraph, 30 seconds each, to frame this narration? Something poetic and branded in your listening house tone for your podcast opening and closing segments.